Okay, as you keep entering, oh, there we go. There's the recording. Thanks, Laura. You're curious about landscaping? Awesome. Clean water advocate. Very good. Newsletter is awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. So as you feel free to keep in that chat there. Again, we're going to have a kind of log of this, but let's go ahead and move on here. We're going to get into a few things here. Laura, I think if you want to share that screen. Here we go. So I just want to go through with you just to kind of touch on this as well. So this is our mission here at Metro Blooms. Metro Blooms partners with communities here to create resilient landscapes and foster clean watersheds, embracing the values of equity and inclusion to solve environmental challenges. Here through partnership, we restore our relationship to the land and to each other. And so, what does this look like to you, and what does this look like for Metro Blooms? Well, we have a little video here that Laura will be running through with you, and I'm going to hand it over to her.
Hey y'all, I'm Laura Shull. I'm the Executive Director of Metro Blooms. It's so good to see many of you this morning. Like Dan said, we're just going to start by showing you a fun video that demonstrates some of our work.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, great. It's so nice to see, a bunch of people all coming together here to not only to garden, but to grow and learn new things and to, really be a part of the community there. So that's great. Thank you, Laura. Okay, so over the next few minutes, we're going to hear from a few of our other like our board members that we have here, as well as a few of the program staff. We're going to learn a little bit more about Metro Blooms and, kind of where we came from, what we're doing, and kind of where we're going next. So with that, I'm going to hand it over here to Norm. Again, as a reminder, I would just update that view here to make sure that you're in speaker view, so that way whoever is talking will come up here first on your screen. And with that, I'll hand it over to Norm.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Norm Greenberg. I'm the treasurer on the Metro Blooms board, been a board member now about five years. So I can give you a brief history of Metro Blooms. And originally it began as a garden recognition program focused in Minneapolis. And then in 2006, it evolved into what we know now as Metro Blooms, a nonprofit, and started the focus of the work that we continue to this day, supporting environmental stewardship. And all through this journey, the focus has been on partnering with the community and keeping them first and foremost in partnership to work together. And over the years, it's been thousands of residents over those past 17 years since 2006 that have gone through workshops and neighborhood focused programs. As you saw in the video, there's been quite a bit of training going on as well. And some of those people that got into training have then worked for Metro Blooms or have worked in environmentally friendly gardening and landscaping businesses as a career. So what are we doing right now? Well, working with communities to recognize we weren't meeting the needs of everyone. We reach out to as many communities as possible. And we know in particular, low incomes, renters that don't own the places that they dwell in, and other communities such as those of color are not getting the fair share of the benefits of a good environment. So communities that experience environmental injustices, they are rarely invited to be part of the decision-making process. And that's what Metro Blooms does. We're working to change that. So now our program staff are going to share a bit more about what we're up to this year. So I'm handing it off, and here we go.
All right, thank you so much, Norm. My name is Alexandra Zerzan. I am the Minnesota Green Corps member here with Metro Blooms for the year, and I just want to share a little bit about what our education team is working on. First and foremost, we help manage the Lawns to Legumes program, and it's like my heart and soul. I love it so much, and it's grown so large this year, and we're just looking forward to it expanding. And part of one of the improvements that we were hoping to do with it as we continue to grow is also to help build more of a community within our grantees. So one of the things that we were able to do this year is bring back previous Lawns to Legumes grantees to become coaches for future grantees, which is really exciting because they have so much knowledge, experience, and passion. Like seeing them all get so excited to get together again and do these projects a second time is just so heartwarming. And then the other thing, which was shown in the video, is that we also created an online community forum, The Hive, for all of our grantees and coaches to join so that they can share with each other their projects as they're kind of going through, share their struggles, share their successes, and ask each other questions. And I think we have like 720 grantees on there now, and it's just a really fantastic place for them to connect. So we're really excited to see that resource getting used. And then one of the other projects that we're partnering on is a partnership with another organization, Wilderness in the City, to install 6 native pollinator plantings in regional parks across the metro. And these are all going to be really intentionally and beautifully designed gardens to kind of showcase for people how we can use native plants in our own landscapes and how they can still be these beautiful aspects of our parks and our communities, and bring together not only our communities, but also all of our pollinators, all of our birds, all of our wildlife, and improve just our environment for everyone. So we're really excited for those to be kind of planting the seeds for some new native gardens across the cities. So I am going to go ahead and pass it on to the next, I think, back to Laura.
Yeah, thanks, Alexandra. I'm going to share another really short video of our environmental and social justice advocates. I want to call out Erin. They're here right now, our Director of Community Relations. Erin, maybe just say hi so you pop into people's speaker view.
Oh. Did I pop up?
Yes. Yeah, so Erin's our Director of Community Relations and works with a really great team of 4 environmental and social justice advocates. And this video just demonstrates a bit of what they've been learning and sharing with their community.
At first, I didn't know what a rain garden was because we were calling them rain gardens and then calling them bioswales. It is a native planting with native plants that attract pollinators, but also helps capture water and cleans the water.
So the sustainable land care training we did, I want to say it might have been 10 hours online. It was this winter. Once spring hit, we did 10 hours of in-person training, learning with AB, and we did it with our Sunnyside and our All Nations cohort.
But I liked how it was complex, but at the same time simple and easy to understand. The most important things that I remember were like learning about like the importance of native plants in the environment, and also learning about the stormwater runoff.
Creating those spaces for our community members and like community sites like churches is really great. Teaching young kids about it is really fun, like seeing like a 5-year-old pick up a trowel and plant their first plant, and that, you know, that could spark something in them. Or also being with like an elder that's like 60 years old and has like never gardened, and now they're like, this is so fun, and at my age that I could do something like this is really cool.
And I'd totally recommend it.
Honestly, taught me everything that I know about gardening.
It's like one of my best passions. I love it so much.
And I'm going to throw it to Rich Harrison, who is our co-director of design, and he's going to share a bit about one of our projects with an affordable housing community this year.
Great, thanks, Laura. Hey, everyone, Rich Harrison here, co-director of design and landscape architect at Metro Blooms. I'm in my 10th year, and isn't this exciting to see how everything is evolved and changed and the awesome work we're doing in our community? I wanted to share with you something that I've been excited about, working in Riverside Plaza community for the last 5-6, well, since 1983 or 2000 and gosh, when did we start, Laura? I just got my
2018. You got the
18. I just lost my train of thought. I was going to go 2 minutes. Bam. So Riverside Plaza, there's over 1,300 rental units. It's got a charter school, a grocery store, daycare, tenant association, neighborhood safety center, lots of parking. Over 5,000 individuals work and live there. And we've been doing some great work in the community. And, you know, this is like a concrete jungle, and it is just not very hospitable and to what we believe in, and, you know, greening and working with the environment. So improving the environment. So one of the best things about this project is working with the community. I pulled this picture from one of our first engagement events with some of our early staff too. And it is about co-creating outdoor spaces and giving residents the agency to decide what happens on their outdoor spaces. And it's really powerful to be able to communicate. I gave the longest presentation of my life because it had to be translated in 2 different languages. And it was like to see the eye-opening moment of understanding how we're all connected through clean air and clean water and food and all of those things that are really primary and important to us that quite honestly we kind of take for granted sometimes. So I did what I do as a landscape architect. I created a plan that shows all the opportunities to capture stormwater and improve outdoor spaces. And we worked with the community to prioritize what areas. The first one was the rain garden up on 6th Street by Mixed Blood Theater. And we got to do it. We put it in the ground with the community and it was just awesome. And so great to work with everybody together, men, women, children. This is unprecedented. It hardly ever happens in the community that we're working with here. You might see some familiar faces here. Moving on. So we worked in parking lot D, which was funded by MWMO. And that was a catalyst to then work on Riverside Plaza Park, which is at the corner of Cedar and 6th Street. And this is going in the ground right now, but back to working with community, what did they want? We listen, and they want a peaceful community park where they can gather and help one another, take care of the elders, a place to sit and relax, where there's lots of trees and shade and flowers and green. And safety, of course, was primary. And they talked about lighting and fencing along Cedar Avenue and having garbage cans to pick up the garbage that is everywhere. And so changing these social norms and keeping the place clean and beautiful is really important to them, actually. And I got to meet the neighbors too. And this is all about relationships. The neighbor representing the mosque and also the new Cedar restaurant, which has fantastic East African food, I might add. And there's going to be a daycare that's going to be going in upstairs there this summer, I learned. So that's exciting. And again, working with the community, they take a lot of pride and working with us and getting this project in the ground. The last thing I'm going to say about this is I also got to talk to the University of Minnesota, a class from the art and ecology class, and they're hopefully going to be helping us implement some art on the site. And back to working with community and teaching about land care and teaching how to take care of that landscape properly, which gives you more ownership and pride in the place that you live. So this has been just a great opportunity for me and for the community to work together and beautify our community, take some pride. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rich. I just love hearing from the staff at Metro Blooms about all the exciting work. It's just so cool. It makes me so excited. My name is Steph Jacobs. I'm currently a board member, have been a board member for about a couple of years now. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about things that we're excited about that are coming up. So you've heard about it now a couple of times throughout this presentation. We're really excited about our opportunities for the sustainable land care training. This grew from a community request for training and employing residents in the neighborhoods that we work with. And this program is just growing and growing and growing in different neighborhoods and different communities. We're offering trainings in northern Minnesota this year and expanding our trainings for an emerging workforce in Minneapolis, which is really very cool. Lawns to Legumes is also growing. It's huge. There's a beautiful map of just all of the places where Lawns to Legumes is happening. And it's just amazing all across the state. So that continues to grow. I think the applications are open now again for the fall. So it's really exciting. And we're also just feeling, as you can see through all of this work, the feeling right now is that we're strong and right in our commitment to environmental and social justice. And that just feels really like a cornerstone to our work. And working with communities and supporting communities in what it looks like for them. So that's it's woven in through everything that we do. It makes me really proud to be a board member and a donor. And it's pretty awesome. So I'm going to pass it now quickly to one of our partners in our work, Jessica Miller. She's an entomologist and has been a long time partner and supporter of Metro Blooms. So Jessica.
Hello, what a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm Jessica Miller. I operate a business called Dragon's Wind, an insect outreach and education business. I'm an advocate and work hard to encourage healthy insect habitats and having fun while doing it. I get pretty excited about pollinators, planting flowers for my benefit and for the ecosystem's benefit, infiltration, all those magic words. My passion for insects is pretty exciting. It really was fairly heavy on hate and fear for quite a while. And when I decided to earn my master's in science, it turned out to be the perfect way to cure my fear. It's really not gone at all, but my respect and understanding for the crucial roles that insects play globally is now pretty huge. I connected with Metro Blooms quite some time ago, both in training me and then bringing my insect knowledge. So I'm pretty excited to be able to be here and talk about what I get so excited for. I love the kindness and the way that they include me when my skill set is useful to our joint missions. I really like the community aspect. I love having fun and meeting people and seeing Metro Blooms grow and change and realize how to communicate with communities has been really fun. Growth can be really hard, and I love seeing Metro Blooms push into that and work at doing better. We have lots of strong and diverse communities in the Twin Cities and the greater Minnesota area. And it's really fun, not only for the folks I know and communities I'm part of, but meeting more of those communities and giving my skill set to Metro Blooms to use in our teamwork effort. And it's just so great. I feel seen. I feel that Metro Blooms sees me the way I want to be seen. And that's really valuable and keeps our teamwork so much fun. Because I've worked with Metro Blooms for so many years, I've been able to see those thoughtfulness and that movement in communities and how important, and just, I love hearing that word over and over again, because it's really a big deal, and that they keep learning and changing. Metro Blooms is also began in South Minneapolis, or has been in a location where I grew up and where I live now. So I really like that aspect of it as well. So I hope that if you run across me at Metro Blooms, that you get some enthusiasm for the insects that your pollinator gardens and lawns to legumes are really beneficial for. Go team.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I've gotten to work with Jessica for the last few years, and it is always a joy. And it's really the type of support that Jessica provides. You know, Jessica's a donor, she's a volunteer, she's passionate about our work. And it's that flexible support that really allows us to be responsive to the communities that we partner with. You know, needs differ, and sometimes people need help picking out just the right plant, and sometimes people need help actually getting something in the ground. Sometimes people just need to feel heard when they haven't been before. And sometimes it's employment needs and training needs. You know, Metro Blooms tries to meet these needs for each individual community based on what we hear from folks. And you know, we have a lot of grants and contracts that support a lot of that work, but mostly those are focused on installation, getting projects in the ground and getting more pollinator habitat out there, which is great, but we still have to advocate, you know, for funds that help us and allow us to build relationships with folks and engage community members and hire residents, which is a pretty new approach in this work. And create really welcoming and safe outdoor spaces. So it's really support from people like you, or maybe you, that gives us the flexibility to be responsive when challenges and opportunities come up. We saw that happen this past winter. Many of you might have heard about the forced ash tree removals from private property. These are happening all over Minneapolis, but like many environmental issues, they impact people in low-income communities disproportionately. So we saw this happening this past winter, and of course, it's always really sad and harmful to lose a tree, but when having to pay for that tree removal means that you can't pay your property taxes, it's a whole other level of harm. So we were able to partner with a few community organizations and start a fund to help cover some of those costs for folks that were really facing big issues and issues staying in their homes because of that. And again, we're able to do this, take on these challenges because we have support from folks like you. And we're really honored that you're here, that you're interested in learning more. And I will just wrap us and pass it briefly to our chair of our board, Carol. I know that we're right at 9 a.m. But I wanted to introduce our newest member of our staff, Jennifer Foth. And Jennifer, maybe if you could just say something so you pop into the speaker view quickly.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here this morning. I'm thrilled to be joining the Metro Blooms staff. And yeah, wonderful to see you all.
So Jennifer is our newest member. She's going to start next week. She is our director of development. So she'll be developing relationships with many of you over the coming months. And we're so excited. We've never had someone full-time in this position before and are really excited to be able to grow our work in that way. So thank you, Jennifer, for joining us today. We're excited for you to start next week. And, you know, we've shared a lot about our work today. I'm just going to pass it briefly to Carol, our board chair, to wrap us up and to share a couple of opportunities coming up where you can keep engaging with Metro Blooms.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you to everyone who's participated today, both in the presentations and those of you who have come to visit with us. If you're interested, we do have throughout the year different opportunities for volunteering, and there's going to be somebody's putting a link in the chat that you can use to stay connected with us in that way. There are opportunities for staying connected through the newsletter if you're not already doing that. And one that we especially want you to know about is that you'll soon be hearing more about our in-person fundraiser. Yay, in person after many years. And this year it will be on June 15th at the Bell Museum. And we're so thrilled to have Erin Sharkey, who has edited a book called A Darker Wilderness. She's going to be there to help us explore the connection between nature and each other. And we really hope to see you there. We want to thank you for joining us for this early morning collage about who we are here at Metro Blooms. And I just want to put a little plug in for Jessica that we were both master water stewards, and she's the one who invited me to the board 5 years ago. And I am thrilled to say that my time there has been very energizing. And I, in that role, especially want to thank you on behalf of the board for sharing your time with us this morning. Take care.
Thank you all. If you do have questions, we'll stick around.
Have a good day.
Happy to see the Minnesota Water Stewards going at it. Yay. Thank you, Metro Blooms. Excellent.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a
Hey,
good rest of
Laura,
your day.
I do have a question. I don't know if I'm allowed to just jump in or if I should put it in the chat.
No, jump in.
Cool. I'm hoping for an on-site consultation, but more like the end of July, and it's not available on the schedule, and I didn't know if you all just do them in the spring and early summer, or if it's just that the schedule is not out till then.
That's a great question. We just started a new way of scheduling site consultations. And our designers kind of pick their own time slots. And so we've only scheduled them out maybe through the end of June. Is that right,
Okay.
Rich?
That's right. Yeah, we're going to populate that all the way through end of spring, summer, fall until the snow's on the ground again in the fall. So they will be, we'll be adding more time slots soon.
Okay, great. I just didn't want to sign up for a virtual one if I didn't have to, because I was hoping for the earlier times don't work. So that's great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Could I ask a question too then?
Yeah.
I am just wondering, I'm on a landscape committee for my association, and Metro Blooms was incredibly helpful in helping us get organized. We're only a year old, the landscape committee, and it's challenging. And I'm wondering if Metro Blooms, I think that I live in Plymouth, and we've got over 100 associations, thousands and thousands of acres. And I would love to see some kind of organization, community movement that would help energize people in the associations to take care of the land that they have. Because right now it's grass, 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 and really bad, planting, I mean, it's thousands and thousands of acres. And it's not helpful. And so much of it is managed by people who don't even live in the state. So I'd love a community movement that would help energize that.
Well, I would say we have worked with communities like yours, and we've even presented as like an education session, basically a workshop to inform y'all of the issues and what can be done. And then forming a plan and moving forward. And, we're good at also finding resources to help, because funding these new projects sometimes is an issue, right? Who wants their fees to go up? Nobody. But, it needs to be paid for as well. But there's a better way of doing things. And in the long run, it's better for the environment and it is cost effective. So I would say reach out in a consultation, go to our website and sign up for a consultation and explain a little bit about yourself in that in the notes, and we'll engage with y'all and try and figure out a good way to move forward. But yeah, the bigger picture with all these different associations, you're right, there's a desperate need for this. So
well, I'm just involved with my little association, and that's that's where I'm starting. But
yeah, I'm gonna call out Becky because she runs our education programs. And Karen, I know we've talked a bit about a workshop that would maybe focus on HOAs too. So Becky.
Thanks, Laura. I just wanted to give a shout out here to the Minnesota Water Stewards, Carolyn, Jessica Miller, Chris Meyer is here. Because another really good way I think that we have seen that like these kinds of really big projects happen is when there is an individual like you who is going to take leadership in your community with us, make it happen. And the Minnesota Water Stewards they provide that kind of leadership, education and training, and they have support from other watershed districts. That I think that might be another great avenue, and we work with we love working with Minnesota Water Stewards on projects. So I would encourage you to check them out.
Yes, Karen, email me. My email's in the chat, and we can talk. We start a new cohort in the fall, so we can.
Chris?
I am Chris, and I'm one of the coordinators of the program, and we love partnering with Metro Blooms in everything we do.
And we also have a former board member who is a Minnesota Water Steward who worked a lot with her homeowners association, Susan Nelson, who might also be somebody to tap through these multiple avenues. And you can see how interrelated we all have become.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's how things happen. I mean, that's how things happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take off. Take care. Thanks. Nice to see everybody.
Thanks, Metro Blooms. Another fun, stimulating morning. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. See
Great
ya.
day.
Thank you, Rich, Alexandra, Aaron for popping in, Norm. Thank you very much for helping us share.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Way to go.
See you later.
Bye.